We are live. Hello, YouTube. How's everybody doing today? Happy Sunday, Sunday Fun Day. It's a great day. Hope you guys are enjoying the weekend. So we want to dive into a question that has been asked over and over again. People are saying, well, let me ask you, what do you think about Uforia's price point? Is it too expensive? So that's what we're going to dive into today. But, you know, the thing about is it too expensive that's interesting to me is that sometimes it means that there really isn't enough money to pay for something. Like, you know, a $400 bottle of water, for example, might be too expensive,
Yeah.
right? And you know what? Sometimes that really is the case. I mean, when you're talking about, you know, if you're going into environments where people are poor, they can't afford maybe something like healthcare, or they can't afford education. You know, those things are true, and tragically it happens all of the time. But most of the time, in the commercialized part of the world, in the Western part of the world, we have the ability to be able to pay for the things that we value. We have the things that are within the realm of possibility could be paid for. One person might say a pair of designer jeans, or you know, a sizable charitable donation, or a golf club membership is too expensive, for example. While somebody else with the same income might go, yeah, I'm going to pay for that. Or I got a little bag of tricks over here. You might value, some ladies, you might value custom designer shoes. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret right now. Can I tell them?
Yeah, you can tell.
I pick out most of summer's shoes, just so you guys know. So I do, and I do a good job, don't I?
Yes. Ladies, take your husbands shopping. Give them the opportunity to pick out your shoes. It always has paid off for me.
But somebody might say, oh, you know what? $159 for supplements, for nutrition, might be too expensive, but then they'd be happily will spend money on a pair of designer shoes. So, you know, that's one thing that it really comes down to what do you value, because dollars always follow value. We have a little boy.
Sorry, hold on.
Hi,
Hey,
we're in the middle of
what's
a
up,
video
bud?
right now. What you need?
Came in?
So this is what happens when we go live. We always have a 2-year-old that needs something. So another thing that you might value is you might value...
Come on, ladies. I know you have specific brands of makeup that you like for, you know, I have a certain brand that I use for my eyelashes. This is not my favorite, actually, but I did try it. Or lipstick. We're very particular
Yep.
about the things that we use on our face and our skincare. I mean, let's face it, especially as you get older, you want to make sure you're putting the best on your face and keeping good care of your skin, taking
Yep.
good care of your skin. As well as, I mean, I don't know about you, I do have a few little addictions, I will say, and it's sad to say, but this is one of mine right here.
Every day we drive to work and you see the lines at Starbucks or
Yes.
Dutch Brothers.
Oh my gosh, Dutch Bros. Anybody have a Dutch Bros in their area? It's insane. Automatically at least 45-minute wait for a single drink. It's crazy. But obviously those people feel like it's worth it, not only to pay that premium for that coffee or drink or frost or freeze or whatever they're getting, but they also feel like it's worth their time to wait in that line.
Yeah, no, I think that it's too expensive almost never means there isn't enough money. I think it really comes down to I just don't see the value. The truth is dollars always follow value, and value is in the eye of the beholder. Uh-oh, what do you got there?
Well, I just want to not leave out the men out there, the gentlemen. I feel like this has kind of all been targeted around women, but how about this, Mr. Flaherty?
Okay, so I like
nice
suit
custom
jackets.
suit,
Anybody that
right?
knows me knows that I like nice clothes. That's important to me. I
Yeah.
value that, and I'm willing to spend money on that.
And what about this nice watch? Actually,
Okay,
I
so-
did buy this watch for him, but
Yeah, that's
but-
a 20th anniversary. But
Yes.
again, it all comes back to what do you value? You know what, for me, I think part of it is it comes back to when I first got started in network marketing. I was, you know, late 20s, and I wanted people to take me serious. And so for me, I started wearing a suit. Even when I would wear a suit when I would go to my appointments, when I'd go meet with prospects. And the reason that I did that was because I wanted to, number one, I wanted them to look at this as a profession. I wanted them to take me seriously. And another thing is, when you feel good, you do good. And I feel good when I dress nice.
Yeah.
And so for me, I will put money into those things because it comes back around. And I think that if you feel good, you do good, right? You guys feeling me on that?
Along
you guys...
those lines, don't you think most people like to spend money on things that make them feel good? I mean, on all reality, the reason why those lines in Starbucks and Dutch Bros is because they're getting something, caffeine or whatever, that makes them feel good, even if it's like an emotional or instant kind of, we're all kind of addicted to those substances that make us feel good, whether it's in our mind or if it's real in our physically. I know for me, I like to spend money on oils because anybody else like to do oils? We do a lot of oils here, but that's because they make me feel good and they actually help us our family get better. But also, I mean, the soup, back to the soup, it makes you feel good, so it has value, not just the dollar value, but it has an emotional value and a mental value as well, right, honey?
Yeah, no, I think that when you look at Uforia's product, it's $159, and you have to think about what you're getting, right? You know, first of all, even if you do your best to eat healthy, right, which we do. I mean, we do fresh juicing on a regular basis. I mean, we try and eat, you know, Summer's always handing me a fruit or trying to, you know, we always do our best. But even if most health experts, say that fast 5 times, agree that because of the soil depletion today, and because of genetic modifications, it's very difficult to get the nutrients that we need into our bodies. And as a result of that, we're starving. And I don't mean hungry starving. It means that we're suffering from malnutrition. And in a child, it might show up in behavioral issues. In an adult, it might show up in, you know, lack of energy or weight gain or, you know, skin issues. So to me, you know, being able to put the raw materials into my body that allow me to be able to perform at an optimal level, both mentally and physically, there's no price that's worth that. There's no price that's worth that. It's one of those things that when it comes to your health, I believe that you're either going to pay now or you're definitely going to pay later. I mean, it's a fact. And it costs money to stay healthy, but it costs even more to get sick. So when people say, well, who's the market for a product like Uforia? Well, first of all, let's break this down a little bit. So when you go evaluate the network marketing industry, you know, there are a number of companies that are top companies that are out there today. And if you look at their products, you know, one in particular company that's here in Arizona that isn't too far from us, if you wanted to buy a 30-day serving of shakes with that company, you'd probably spend $120, $130, $140.
I want to say, I think for the whole package, like if you do what they recommend for that first 30 days of weight loss, it's close to $300 if I remember correctly.
Well, that's just the shakes, and then you add the cleanse, and then you add in the, you know, the thermogenic, and so you're spending, you know, approximately $300 for the month just on nutrition. And so I look at that and I think, okay, you know, essential oils. We're not distributors by any means, but we use these products. How much? You practically bathe in frankincense. So how much is frankincense? Just one bottle.
Well, from the place that I get it from, because I like to make sure that I can use it internally as well as externally, it's about $85, $90, depending if you're an active distributor or if you're a wholesale, I should say. You can get it wholesale, or if you're not. But either way, that's really expensive. $80 to $90 a month is a lot of money.
Well, I think that the bottom line is that not everybody is going to value your offering the same. So first of all, if you wait for no one to say it's too expensive, then you're never going to launch your business. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You will never, ever go to market because you can't please everybody. The challenge isn't in pleasing everybody. It's finding the few who see the value and the bargain in what it is. And for me, when I look at Utrition and I look at what Uforia is doing, the ability to be able to test 18 different SNPs of my DNA and then be able to detect my genetic dispositions, which are your flaws that are passed down from your mother and father. Let's take that a step further. What does that look like? So what if I were to be able to understand or identify a SNP that's associated with heart disease? Isn't that something that I would want to know, first of all, and then be able to do something about it using nearly 100 plant-based, peer-reviewed, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, gluten-free, organic when available, wide-crafted when not. I'm getting that down. I'm getting that down. Say that fast 5 times.
Remembered it.
To be able to fill the gaps with raw materials like that, I mean, we believe that the body was designed to heal itself from the inside out, but it needs raw materials to be able to do that. So I look at that, and I got to tell you guys, I mean, I understand if you're younger, maybe having a hard time going, I don't know if I see the value in this, because in my 20s, I don't know. But as I start to get a little bit older and I have a family now and I think about those things, my health is everything, right? I mean, there's people that are laying in hospital beds around the world right now that I promise you would have done things a little bit different the second go around.
Agreed. But I do think that we're at an age with, you know, the growth of organic. I feel like that has grown so much in the last 5-6 years since, you know, we started doing it. It was really hard to find that sort of thing, and now I feel like it's more mainstream. So I think that younger people are carrying earlier on in their age than say we did when we were in our 20s. So I think that's just the environment that we're surrounded with now. I think people are more aware of their health at a younger age, and I think that's awesome. I think that's amazing.
Well, if you look at the grocery stores right now, which sections are growing the most right now? You walk into a grocery store and you're seeing the organic sections growing. You're seeing, you know, the whole food sections that are growing. You're seeing more companies, or even grocery stores like Sprouts and Whole Foods and those type of companies that are coming up. So what does that mean? It means that people are becoming more and more health conscious. They're becoming more educated, and they understand that it's cheaper to focus on taking care of your health now, preventative health, than it is to be able to get sick. And so when people say, so who is the market for a product like this? I'll tell you who it is. It's the people that go and get a fresh juice in the morning, right? So we juice how many times? Probably 5 to 6 times a week?
I try to do it every single day, and on the days that we're super busy in the morning and I can't get to the juicing fresh at home, we'll stop by and go to Nectar or Chop Shop or any other kind of fresh juice place that offers green juices, because that's really important to us. And so I know that you see that market growing too. There's a huge market for people who want the all natural, non-GMO, organic greens, and they want to take care of their body and you know, pH their body. There's so many things that we're aware of now that we can put into our body. What is that saying? A pound of prevention, or an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yep. Something
like that. And I feel like that's what's amazing about the environment that we're in now, is I feel like a lot of people understand that more so now than ever before in my lifetime.
Well, and again, it all comes back to one question. And this is the answer really to whether or not Utrition is too expensive. And that is, do you value your health? Do you value your health? And to me, $5 a day, I mean, you know, the average person wouldn't think twice about going out, maybe going to a movie, going to a restaurant and spending, you know, a good amount of money, $100, $150 on a steak dinner, something along those lines. But then they'll say to themselves, that's just too expensive.
And that's just for one day. They're spending that money in one day, in one evening, in a couple hours. Well, and for $159, you can have this every day and be working on your health. What is that saying? I'm so bad at sayings. Travis is always so good at them. Where you can't change something in your life until you change something small that you do daily.
Yeah, John Maxwell.
And so, you know, did I get it right?
You did good. You'll never change your life until you change something you do daily.
And so just that one thing that you can do daily, and you know, it's hard to say, okay, what's that one thing that I can do daily to improve my health? But for me, it's just awesome. For me personally, I look at all the things that I do every day, and I know that there's a lot of you out there that are holistically minded, because what's so cool is this company is attracting, oh my gosh, sorry, he just jumped on me and slid down my back. You gotta be ready for anything when you have a 2-year-old. But what's awesome is I know a lot of you are out there because we're attracting so many people to this company, to this product, because they have been searching for this and they understand the value. And look at, like, I don't know if you can see these with the light, but these tinctures, this one's golden seal, dandelion, milk thistle, I could go on and on. Yellow dock, that helps me with iron. Burdock, all this stuff. Each one of these bottles is $15. The smaller ones are $12, and I have a huge cupboard full of these. And I think to myself, gosh, if I had to buy all those individually, there's no way I could possibly buy all the ingredients in the Uforia individually and it come to $150. I mean, look at these. These are $15 each right here. How many of that would it take to, it's impossible.
And here's the thing too, I'm willing to bet that most of you that are watching this right now have a cupboard or, a drawer that is full of nutrients or supplements that you've bought over the years, right? And you probably bought it because you read an article or somebody told you that that particular ingredient is great for you, or that it might help you lose weight, or it's a great antioxidant, whatever the case might be. But here's the reality. We're guessing. At the end of the day, I mean, we call it blind nutrition. We've been doing it for the last 6, almost 7 decades, and that is guessing at what our bodies need, guessing at how much our bodies need. Guess what? The recommended daily allowance that's on the back of these bottles was developed in the 40s, and it was based on the minimums that your body needs. So
I think a lot has transpired in scientific...
since the 40s? Are you kidding me?
40s.
So the idea that we can now test your DNA, 18 different strands of your DNA, and be able to identify those variants, those genetic dispositions, those inherent flaws that are passed down from your mother and father, and then be able to say, okay, this SNP is associated with this particular illness or disease, so that you know what the potential risks are, and then you can do something about it. I mean, you're giving your body a voice for the first time ever. And so when you think about it from that perspective, you know, again, I'm 42 years old, don't have any problem sharing it. Summer's 22. I went for the younger ladies. So, but look, I want to be around for as long as I possibly can. I want to be around to walk my daughters down that, you know, aisle. I want to be around when we reset the clock quite a bit with this crazy 2-year-old right here. So I want to be around when he graduates. And you know what? That really comes back to, again, what you said, daily lifestyle, daily habits. And to me, I'll spend $5 a day. I'll spend $20 a day if I knew that I could gain an extra few years even of quality of life.
Amen to that.
And again, it comes back to this, man. When you do good, when you feel good, you do good. Say that again. When you do good, you feel good. So I don't think it's too expensive at all. It really comes down to what do you value and whether or not you value your health. But $5 a day, and you can have customized designer nutrition that is curated from your DNA. Can't put a price tag on that, especially your health. So that's our thoughts. Thanks for tuning in today, especially this crazy Zoom. You know, if you watch Summer and I, we just try to keep it real. You know what I mean? We don't rehearse. We don't, the kids are just part of our everyday lifestyle. And so him jumping on her in the middle of the presentation, that's just kind of how we do things around here. But look, we love what's happening at Uforia. We're very excited about the future. And if you have some additional questions about it, let us know. But as far as being too expensive, I can tell you that that has not been a barrier at all for us in any way as we go out and start sharing this. In fact, it's been quite the opposite.
Yeah, I don't think we've had that come up once in our personal experience, just because people do see the value. It is attracting a lot of people who are like-minded and they do value their health. So that's awesome because they do see the value. We just wanted to film this video for everybody out there in case, for whatever reason, they ever have that question, which I'm not experienced myself. Also, Travis, I wanted to know if whoever's watching this is watching it for the first time and hasn't heard of Uforia, how would they want to get started to click on information?
So down here in the comments section in this video, we're going to drop a little link to a video called The One For You. It's a little 2-minute and 51-second video that explains a little bit more about what Uforia is, what we're doing with this custom DNA designer nutrition. These DNA kits are amazing. You can order a kit. It comes with a swab test, comes with your first 30 days of pre-trition. So while your DNA is pairing to your customized Utrition, and it is truly customized. There's nearly 400 million possible combinations. No two are the same, and yours is one of them. So while your DNA is pairing to your Utrition, you get started on your pre-trition. And
honestly, it's super easy. It comes with everything. It's self-contained. But we won't go into that on this video.
Yep. Catch us on another one. Anyways, we just wanted to say hi, talk about whether or not Uforia Utrition was too expensive. And without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, the answer is absolutely no. It all comes back to your health. Thanks, guys, for watching.